Hi, welcome to Tipsy Tooth Talk. I'm Dr. Carlin Palmer Blume.
And I'm Dr. Michelle Bishop, and I call it T-Cubed because I can't say it. Oh, I got it right that time.
Yeah, you did.
All right. Well, today we are going to be making something called Border Buttermilk. And we're going to be talking about Baby Bottle
Tooth Decay.
Border Buttermilk, Baby Bottle Tooth Decay. Say that.
Hey, you said it.
Oh, I did. Okay, there we go. So Border Buttermilk is a recipe that is found in the La Piñata cookbook, which is the Junior League of McAllen, shout out, cookbook. I love this cookbook. I mean, I really have not ever made anything bad out of this cookbook.
Oh, really?
But let me tell you a little backstory on Border Buttermilk. I made it partly through. I may have had this a lot, like in high school.
Which Gaga, I hope you're watching. Gaga's her mom.
Yeah, let me tell you what it says. It says, popular regional drink served to visiting dignitaries.
Oh.
Okay, so let me tell you the story behind that. My best friend in high school, hi Veronica, we're still friends. She was my friend of honor at my wedding too. Okay, so her dad was the president of the university down there. It was Pan Am back then, and then it was UT Brownsville. Well, he got all the local dignitaries, and especially around Charo Days, which is like a big fiesta in Brownsville, kind of like Fiesta here in San Antonio. And so he would make Border Buttermilk like by the pitchers full. There'd be pitchers everywhere.
Which, if y'all don't know what Fiesta is, you need to come to San Antonio.
Oh, yes.
During Fiesta time.
It's coming. April. So, yeah. So he would make pitchers of Border Buttermilk, and Veronica and I might have had a couple glasses here and there. And he would look over and he would look at us and he'd be like, just one. So it's so easy, y'all. It takes 3 ingredients. It is pink lemonade, pineapple juice, and you want to get the frozen kind, and then tequila and ice. So I guess it's 4 ingredients. Now, it calls for, I'm glad I checked this before we started making it. It calls for 6 ounces of pink lemonade and frozen pineapple juice. And I bought the 12-ounce cans. So I would have made enough Border Buttermilk for a bunch of dignitaries. But it's just us VIPs that are here today, so we'll drink it. So I've pre-measured, so if you want to dump that into the blender.
Another blender day.
I know, it's going to get a little noisy, but it's worth it. Now, I'm going to say that, but I'm also going to say I probably haven't had this.
This is one of those things that was good before you were really a drinker.
I haven't had it in like 20 years, so I hope.
When was your last wine cooler?
Yeah, exactly. I hope it doesn't ruin the memory for me. Okay, and then we're going to do 6 ounces of tequila, and again, we have number 1 tequila. So I'm going to pour that out in here. This does make, so it says it makes about 7 to 8 drinks. Now, I don't really know what measurement they're using to call a drink, but we'll see when it all mixes up. So I'll let you pull, oh, that smells good. I'll let you pour that in there. Good. And then we're just going to add some ice. There we go.
Excuse me while I make some noise.
There we go. Okay.
Okay.
And now blender. So yeah, you gotta line up the arrows. Or
oh, okay. I'm like,
oh Lord.
Holly, not again.
The dog. The husband just left. Hang on, let's make sure we're not clicking onto your photos there.
Oh, yeah.
All right, blend. All right. Shh. Hang on.
You want me to just blend?
Just hit it.
A little more. Okay. Release. This is fancy.
I know. And then you gotta take this out of your pour, and the blades will come flying out at you.
Oh, that sounds fun.
It is. And one time, my husband was pouring off to the side over here, and I tried to catch it.
Oh.
Which was a bad idea.
Yeah, that doesn't sound wise.
Here we go.
This is not 7 drinks. What, isn't that what you said?
Yeah, that's what they said.
Oh my goodness. Nope.
Yeah.
It's like 3.
Okay, here you go.
Okay.
We got a little tipsy tooth talk.
Yeah.
napkins.
Thanks, Katina.
Thank you, Katina. Okay. All right.
Okay.
Give this a whirl. Let's see if all my memories are going to be dashed. You know when you try and go back and relive a memory and it doesn't live up to it?
I do. I know.
Yeah. Okay. Well,
Cheers to beautiful smiles.
Hopefully a good memory.
Mine isn't coming through my straw.
Oh, I still like it. I still like it.
It's noisy.
It is. I'm sorry, I'm chewing my ice.
Don't do that.
Mm-mm.
Chewing your ice is bad for you.
I know, but it came through the straw. Okay, I still like it. It's a little tarty, but I mean, that's the pink lemonade. I still like it. Oh, Veronica, come down so we can have some Border Buttermilk. She lives in Austin now.
Oh, that's good.
I'm going to tag her in this.
That's good. I had pink lemonade vodka last night. It was pretty good. We'll have to try it.
Well, you know, I was at our favorite hairdresser yesterday, and they had a gender reveal party for one of their employees. And they had lemonade spiked with vodka and like these two little fountains, pink or blue, and you could pick what you wanted.
Oh, cute.
She's having a girl, by the way.
Huh.
So I had pink lemonade.
B. Avery Salon.
Mm-hmm.
We go to Charles May, but could also go to Benjamin Avery.
There. Shout outs for everybody.
Yeah.
Okay.
Go team. All right. Hands are cold.
Do you need a new one?
No, they're just cold. All right.
Okay, it's all you.
Baby Bottle Tooth Decay. So, I was asking Michelle if there were things that, you know, coming up with topics.
It's getting a little challenging. Yeah. We might have to revisit a few things.
Yeah, yeah. So I was like, what is something that, you know, you think? So it was her idea for me to cover Baby Bottle Tooth Decay. So, Baby Bottle Tooth Decay, the term actually has fallen a little bit out of favor.
Oh, did not know that.
Now it's early childhood caries. Caries is our word for cavities. It's ECC.
Yeah, but I like Baby Bottle Tooth Decay because then parents understand what's causing it.
Yeah, for sure. But yeah. So anyway, for those people that are going to call us out for technical,
whatever.
You know,
ECC.
So, but the point being is from the time your kiddo is born, it is best if you don't feed them to sleep. Feed them before they go to sleep. And I mean, I fed my kids to sleep basically, but clean their mouth. And after you feed them, even if you're breastfeeding at night and they don't have any teeth, get them in the habit of taking a wet washcloth and wiping out their mouth. My kids could sleep through that.
Oh, mine too.
If you train them right.
Yes, you gotta train them from the start.
So start that process. Start getting them used to you being in their mouth from the very beginning. Wipe their mouth with a wet washcloth. Feed them until they fall asleep, but clean their mouth. And then once that tooth is in there, once you got that first tooth, start using a toothbrush. Now, do I care what kind of toothbrush it is? I'm not a real big fan of those silicone finger things. I really feel like a bristled toothbrush does a better job of getting your plaque off. But if you're cleaning their mouth, you're cleaning their mouth. We're not going to get super picky about it. But what happens if you don't? So,
yes.
What happens if you're the person who breastfeeds every time your kid wakes up at night because you co-sleep? Which, I'm not disrespecting parenting styles, but that isn't the healthiest choice for you or for your baby. You do you.
Yes.
But if you're waking up feeding your kid at night and you're not cleaning their mouth, especially once they have teeth, one of the things my pediatrician told me after I had my first kid, and who just turned 18 last weekend, shout out Clara.
Happy birthday, Clara.
It was before I was into pediatrics. I was a dentist, but I wasn't pediatric. She told me that when your kid switches to a bottle, don't get in the habit of letting them hold their own bottle.
Yeah.
Because you won't feed your kid all darn day if you're married to holding that bottle for them. You'll start to limit the length of time that they are exposed to whatever it is that you put in that bottle. So if you have to sit down and you have to hold the bottle yourself, then you're not going to let them drink for hours and hours and hours and take this bottle on the road all the time. Also, you're going to be faster at getting them off the bottle because you're going to be tired of being married to said bottle, right? So we like you off the bottle by one and off the sippy cup by two. And if you are allowing them to drink outside of a mealtime, once they're over one, if you're allowing them, if you have a kid that's sitting in their high chair eating scheduled meals, whether you're breastfeeding or bottle feeding or whatever, you want to time all that stuff into meals and snacks. And then if they're not at the table eating their food or it's not mealtime, then you're giving water in between. So
really no different than what you would do for yourself, right? We say that all the time, sip all day, end up with decay. So, we eat breakfast, we eat lunch, we eat dinner, and we try to avoid snacks, most adults, in between. So same for your child. That's essentially what we're saying.
So when you come to me and you have and your kiddo has little white spots on their front teeth, and I'm going to bring this up here. Hopefully you can see it. The printout was small. And they've got these little just starts of little holes. Sometimes they look like chalky white spots. The first thing I'm going to ask you, if it's a kid under 5, is what do they drink, how often, how much, and where? Because 99.9% of the time, cavities right up here are what you're drinking. Almost always. So really, really, really establish good drinking and cleaning habits. So the little white ones and yellowish ones that are a little less obvious, those are the start. But then they can get really nasty and start turning black. I'm kind of thinking this kid may have gotten silver diamine fluoride. That's really black. But you'll also see the ones that start to look like apple cores or they look leathery. So if you start to see changes in your kid's front teeth, I'm telling you, look at what they're drinking, look at when they're drinking it, and how you're cleaning their mouth after they do so. So that's the number one take home, off the bottle by one, off the sippy cup by two. One of the things I hear a lot is, my kid doesn't like water, my kid won't drink water, I can't, I get it. A lot of people think water is boring. One of the things is establishing a good relationship with water, giving it to them when they're young, when they're thirsty. Another thing that I recommend for getting your kid to drink water is to buy a water bottle or a 360 cup if you really don't want the spills. I remember not wanting the spills. That's the advantage of the sippy cup. But something without a big rubbery straw to chew on or a spout, so one of the 360 cups, and let them paint it. Give them paints, give them something, or let them pick out the design at the store that they want, but make it a very special cup. Let them make it their cup. Nobody else touches that cup. It is their cup, but the only thing they're allowed to drink in it is water. If they want their special cup, they have to have water.
That's a good idea.
Tends to work. Or if they want one just like mom's, have a matching mom or dad and kid cup, or those kinds of things. Make the cup special, but you can't bend. It has to be only water and not flavored water.
And part of it is, right, your child's not going to know any different unless you give them something different.
Right.
So if you start with water, they don't know any different.
Right. I'll tell y'all one funny story, and we're going to keep it a little short today, but I had a dad in the office with, this kid was 9, but still, she had cavities in all of her front teeth, and it was from drinking soda. And Dad's all, I can't get her to stop drinking soda. I just can't. I can't get her to stop drinking soda. And I could tell that this dad was going to have a good rapport with me, because of course I can't speak this directly to every parent, although in my head I often do. Number one, Dad, Do you live close to a corner store that your kid walks to it? No. Oh, does your kid have her own money that she could spend without your knowledge? No. So you're actually bringing the soda into the house yourself? Yes. And he's like, because I like soda. I'm like, oh, okay. Well, you could drink soda when you're not at home.
Mm-hmm.
That would be a starter, just to not have it at home. That's how my house is. My kids sometimes have soda at a restaurant, but we just don't have it at home.
Right.
Second, Dad, do you drink beer? Yes. Does your kid drink beer? Yes. Dad, do you drink coffee? Yes. Does your kid drink coffee? Yes. No, the kid didn't drink coffee.
Oh,
Sorry.
I was like,
And I'm like, so you drink beer and coffee and soda, but your kid doesn't drink coffee and beer because those are grown-up drinks, right? Yes. But you can't stop your kid from drinking soda. That's interesting. It's because you don't actually feel like soda is as bad as you think coffee and beer are. Don't blame the 9-year-old.
it always starts with us. Always starts with us.
So A, don't buy it, or B, establish it as a grown-up drink.
Right.
And that would be my recommendation, because we all care the most about how our front teeth look, and we're destroying them with what we let our kids drink.
Yes.
And then you get mad at me when I have to put a crown on it.
Exactly.
So
Exactly.
let's take really good care of them, and that's what Baby Bottle Tooth Decay or early childhood caries is.
Make sure that you're brushing them as soon as they get them, and don't let them fall asleep with a bottle in their mouth.
Yep.
And
Never go
Never.
to bed with a drink.
Yeah.
I mean, I have water on my bedside table, so if your kid needs to have plain water nearby, that's fine.
Yes.
But I had another kid one time tell me the mom said he only drinks water. Decay. He only drinks water. And I was like, interesting. So I looked at the kid and I was like, he's 4. I said, what color is your water? And he said, red.
Ah.
She's like, well, I put Kool-Aid powder in it.
Well, there you go. So even adding the flavor, the little packets of stuff, could cause an issue. So yes,
It's acidic.
it may start as water, but when you add something to it, it is no longer water. So, as my nephew used to say, water! So, make sure it's pure and plain and clear water.
That's going on the next blooper reel.
Yeah.
Well,
All right.
this is great.
Okay.
Cheers to beautiful smiles. Thank you.